Dead in Hip Hop Conversations. You know who it is, man. It's your boy FIFA 24/7 here with the entire crew. No -1, no +1. It's just the four amigos. And today we are going to be talking about Tyler the Creator and his comments when he had an interview with Mav Carter. Basically, he was talking about this artist named Ian and basically how he is also a culture vulture and seemingly mocking the Futures, the Guccis of the world. And I feel Tyler, you know what I'm saying? Because he also in his interview talked about Eminem and Mac Miller. And he talked about how it's okay for all races and every single type of person to be in hip hop, but you gotta show some respect. And when he talked about Eminem and Mac Miller, those two guys genuinely love hip hop. Students of the game want to add to the lore of hip hop and just add their own legacy to hip hop. Where it seems like this Ian dude is just in it for the money, the fame, the notoriety. Do you guys feel like there are more and more people appropriating hip hop in the way that this dude is doing now?
I think it's always been like that to a certain extent. Like people that are in it from
people felt like Vanilla Ice was appropriating hip hop. Like he was pretty much the white. He was pinned as like the white version of MC Hammer. Like it was like, okay, they go MC Hammer, but here go our white version of it. Like people always kind of question Vanilla Ice. Hell, shit. I remember he was questioning about his authenticity on Arsenio Hall show. So yeah, I mean that's always been going around. But yeah, I like the fact that there's always someone that's from our generation that's talking like the way Tyler was talking. I'm glad it was someone that's a little younger, that's from a younger generation talking like this, talking the way Tyler was talking. Because usually whenever time a vet, someone that's been in the game for 25, 30 years saying something like that is always come out as like, oh, he's an old hater. Tyler, I mean, he's not like a brand spanking new artist, but I mean, he ain't like an old timer. I still kind of consider him as one of the fresh, talented artists in this game. You know what I'm saying? So he still got like a lot left in the tank. It's not like you be saying Tyler passes prime or he just looking for some, like, nah. You can tell he. Go ahead.
But this feels like the conversation that we were having in subgenres, right? Where Tyler started a very young pup in the game and was very much FU and to the status quo and to what hip hop was to a degree. And now he's transitioned to a more mature artist. So yeah, I agree where he is younger than us, but I don't think his message and his music is young anymore. And I think his audience isn't younger than us.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but it's not like an quote unquote old head. Like Tyler is not considered an old head. Like
I think some artists would consider him though an old head now.
I don't know. Yeah,
I think these can, I got corrected on how I was saying his name. So V's would definitely feel that Tyler is
an old head. But like when I say old head, like Ghostface, right? Like I feel like those type of rappers.
That's an old head for us. That's an old head for us. I think for some of these younger cats, I think some of them view Tyler as an old head. And if not an old head, he's 5 years away from being an old head.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. But I'm not super around the youngins like that, so I don't know. But I'm just glad it's coming from somebody that's not considered an old head. Like it's like, see, there's someone that cares about this damn culture, that cares about the genre of music. You know what I'm saying? I was here for it. I love his passion. I love his passion throughout that interview. He loves music. He cares about music. I think that's dope. And I mean, we saw that in this progression throughout his career. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love the messaging about everything he was saying in that interview.
It's funny, man. Like I agree with y'all. Like I think Tyler's always been passionate about the music. He's been passionate about the visuals, all of that stuff.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I don't think his Our Future crew were. Like a lot of them were like goofing around, I think. So it's weird. It's kind of funny to hear him say it because like a lot of people were saying that about Our Future, that they weren't taking it serious. They was being very brash and just kind of doing it for like shock value. Like they were really doing stuff very opposite of what people were doing. So I don't think a lot of people is looking at it as art. So it is interesting to see, the evolution. Well, it's not necessarily the evolution of him, but like how he just kind of broke off from that and continued, down the path he's been continuing. Now, regarding the him thinking it's too many, it's too many now. Like I said, I think it's always been like that. I used to talk with Ken about this all the time at work. What I used to call them, Ken, ringtone rappers. You remember I used to say that, like, they like even the Soldier Boys. You would think that like they were just making ringtone music or whatever. Like, I think that's always been the case. It's always been around in hip hop where people see the opportunity to make some money from it and they tap into it to do it. I think that's always been the case. Now, whether it's more of those than actual artists that look at the artistry, I don't know. But it's always been around, you know what I'm saying? But I don't knock him for, bringing attention to it.
Can you mute it?
Can you mute it?
Yeah.
He said, oh, shit.
Somebody did call him an old head, B, in
really?
the Twitter videos. Or they said he sounded like an old head.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, how old is Tyler now? Like, he's
gotta be
probably 30. Yeah, probably 30.
The kid he's talking about, Ian, is 19. He's an old head to that base of people that like that music.
Okay.
So I would 33. See that. I'm 100% with you, B. What Tyler is going through is what we went through.
Bruh, it's like a circle of life. Man, I've been saying this, Ken, I've been saying this on Dead End for years. Like when we used to be getting called, when back then, when they were, 16, 17, 18, when we first started doing Dead End, calling us the old heads. Now look how now they're talking those same 16, 17, 18-year-olds that was watching us at the beginning. Now that they're 28, 29, 30, they're saying
a lot more serious.
They look at, yes, they're turning into us. Like they're turning in. It's okay, y'all. It's okay to be an old head. That's the purpose of life. You want to live to be an old head. You be living. So come on to our side. Like it's beautiful to see, because I kept telling them, I'm like, okay, y'all call us old heads now. Y'all gonna be right here over here with us. Just and now look. So yes, Ken. I'm glad he's talking that way.
Yeah, so it's beautiful to see, because Tyler was in a period where hip hop was in this creative rebirth. You had all these different type of artists doing all different type of music, and it was good. It was something for everybody. Right now, we're not in that period, right? And so he's listening to these young cats and the music they're creating, and is saying, Jesus Christ, you about to fuck up the shit that I love, which is, I think, is one of the, in a roundabout way, what he even said in the interview.
Because mumble rap was how long ago? Like 5 years ago?
Nah.
Mumble rap?
It was
longer?
It was longer. Let me see when Versace first came out, because I know that was like the height of what people
so wasn't that like 2014, 2015-ish? I could be wrong.
Which is the basis for my point.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all did this shit.
Yeah, that came out in 2013.
Yeah, so I was a year off.
We were running. So think about that. 2013, like 10 years later. So the people that were listening to that style of music, they were, if he's 19, so he's listening to that stuff. He's influenced by that. That's the LLs and the Chuck D's when he's growing up that he's a know of. So when we're criticizing that, when I'm making my video, when we're making all these videos and I'm yelling at the damn screen, get off my lawn, this is what happens. And everybody, oh man, let the kids do that. Kid, you sound old, blah, blah, blah. Well, the music, the art form has deteriorated to a point now where you have this Ian kid and all these other people making these Vezzy, whatever his name is, making this sort of music, that this incoherent sounding type of music.
But Ken, okay, so I feel you, but I think you took the wrong exit a little bit. The reason why is because I feel what Tyler is saying is the respect factor out of the music, right? these and some of these other guys, we've talked about it, this is not for us, this, that, and the third, but sometimes we hear the talent, and when you hear the talent, you could tell that, like, okay, this person's putting in the work, they're doing this, they're trying to grow as an artist, right? There's respect there. Where Tyler's saying with this Ian kid, it's like he's almost making a mockery of what hip hop is, right? And prime example, Ken, somebody that I knew that you was not going to be able to deny that we just reviewed, Jam Wayne, right? You could close your eyes. You could recommend them.
Again, Ken.
I'm bringing him into this conversation.
Okay, and hey, so I beat you to the punch. Jam Wayne, for BZ and Rod and everybody else that has never heard of this guy, is an older white man from Alabama. And this dude, Ken, what's his profession? It's like a nuclear scientist.
He's a nuclear technician or something like that.
A nuclear tech. But when you hear this man rap, he sound like a white Alabama version of Jeezy, bro. And
what part of Alabama is he from?
I don't know. And this guy, I feel like if Tyler ever heard his music, he wouldn't say the same about him, because you could tell he respects the art form. He respects
Gaston, Alabama. I've been to Gaston.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
me too.
Buddy respects, even though he's a nuclear technician, even though he is the whitest of white, you hear this man rap, it's like, well, damn, this sounds good. But you hear Ian, it's like, bro, you don't care about it. And I think that at the end of the day, Ken, that's what Tyler's talking about, caring. The quality, that is subjective. Even caring is subjective to a degree, because you got to be able to decipher and use your own bias and whatever. But it's apparent that this Ian guy just don't care about the music. Like the examples that Tyler used were Mac and M. And we know that those two white boys care about the music big time.
We also had this conversation, and I'm always happy to point him out. Lil Dicky was one where he was making a mockery of it when he came into the game. Very technically sound rapper. He was one. Post Malone is another one that came in and used the culture for his own personal gain. What I'm saying is that it's easy to make a mockery of it when there's no specific set of skills needed. And when you have a certain type of mumble rap becomes popular, then yeah, it's easy for him to go mock that, because it's harder to rap like Tyler, Nas, Jay-Z, et cetera, et cetera. It's a lot easier to rap like fucking Future, and everybody else that he says Ian was mocking. And to bring this other white rapper in it, which I thought could really, I'm gonna bring two white rappers in it. Fletchy Too Fat. Yeah,
who's
technically he sound like he FIFO be having me all over the place. But Fletchy Too Fat is a rap, technically sound as a rapper, but it doesn't feel authentic. It's like you just trying to come in here and get in on this thing that's going on, this thing of ours. Shout out to everybody that caught that, but that know where it's from. But,
yeah.
But then there's Young Mabu. Young Mabu,
Lil Mabu. Same
him. I mean, he has like the charisma, energy, patch. Like he sounds like he is like one of those guys. It feels authentic, and he's been embraced by rappers that make that sort of music. The issue that I have with him is that he's a trust fund kid from a subdivision making drill music that kids that are without trust fund parents have to make in order to try to survive and get out of that environment. Those two things clash for me, but he's been embraced and people like him. So this Ian kid, I think this is the moment where I'm glad Tyler is pushing back on guys like this, because he's not saying that white rappers can't exist, which is why he gave examples. He's saying, but some of these motherfuckers come in here trying to just take advantage of the moment or siphon off of this culture should not exist. And which is why I have an issue with Jack Harlow. I feel like Jack Harlow is the same damn way. When I look at his videos, when I look at some of the artwork and stuff like that, it's like, bro, come on, like clearly you're like a character.
You're cosplaying a rapper.
Yeah, and it's clear as day to me. but not to everybody. And there's a lot of people that disagree. So I like that he's calling them out.
Yeah, because like the point that I said, right? Like people ain't listening to mumble rap that was dropped 10 years ago, but people listen to Kendrick albums that dropped 10 years ago because the age group that may not have been in the Kendrick Lamar window at the time will now go back. They will be at some point, and that's the reason why the good hip hop, the great hip hop, the hip hop that us older heads like, the hip hop that's gonna last the test of time will always be there for people to go back to and reference. You know what I'm saying?
So he just has to understand that the same way we have to understand. I think Mike was really good at that. Mike was really good at pointing out like, it keeps it relevant. You know what I'm saying, for the moment, and then the real artists will be able to hold it strong. So it's like you have all these little parts that keeps hip hop relevant, and then you have the people that can stronghold the culture or whatever. So yeah, I think I understand him being mad. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes up. You see somebody you know something, like you put so much into a record, and then you see somebody just create something like this on TikTok and it just blow up. I mean, we experience it, right? We put a lot in our production. We do a lot of things or whatever, but somebody that doesn't have the level of production that we had, obviously not now, but when we had our full capacity and we see somebody else blow up, it's the same type of thing. It's like, well, and they might not even last that long. You know what I'm saying? They might just do it for a while and they don't even care. They're just doing it for the money. Whereas we are truly tapped into the culture and have been for a long time.
Hey, I feel like that's where we need to end it right there. There's not a more beautiful way to put the synopsis of the conversation better than what Modest just did. So we're going to end it right there. Look, y'all already know the conversation after the conversation is in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. How do y'all feel? Do y'all feel Tyler is a new old head in hip hop where, where we were 10 years ago, how we were angry? That's exactly what he's feeling. Or is Tyler way off his base? You know what I'm saying? Does it feel like he needs to embrace all hip hop? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel? So you already know, man. We'll catch you on the next one. We out. Peace.